Okay, so this is Chapter 1, Lesson 2, some extra practice. Again, practice always makes you better. It doesn't make you perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, but it can always make us better at whatever we are working towards. So, if you have your book, open to page 22. If you do not have your book, make sure you have a piece of paper and pencil, and we're going to get going. Again, we're working on ratios. So, when we're taking a look at these examples, let's keep that in mind that there are three ways that we can write the ratio. Using the word to in between the two numbers, using a semicolon, and then the last one, and probably the most important one, is writing it as a fraction, because that's going to make our lives easier when we start working more with fractions, which I love fractions. Although you're going to hear me say I love everything I teach, so you'll just kind of have to roll with it. So let's take a look at this problem right here. It's an example problem, and it's really good to look at so that we can kind of see where we're going to go. It says Katie wants to divide her 30 flowers into two groups. Not evenly. She doesn't want to split them 15 and 15. She wants it so that the ratio is a 2 to 3 ratio. So here's what you have to think. She wants two groups, okay? And so one group is going to have 2, so that would be group 1, and group 2 is going to have 3. Okay, this is just going to help us create and figure out how many flowers are going to be in each one. Now remember that there are 30. How many boxes do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've created 5 boxes so that I can represent a 2 to 3 ratio because there's 2 groups here and 3 down here. So I know that 30 divided by 5 is 6. So you're going to see I do that all the time. I give you the answer all the time because I'm ahead for some reason, always. So that means in each of these groups, there's going to be 6. So in group 1, I have 2 groups of 6, which is really 12. And in my third group, I have 3 groups of 6, which is 18. So she's going to have 12 flowers in one group and 18 flowers in the other. And when we take 12 and 18, that should equal 30. It's crazy how math works. It's amazing. It's not a coincidence. It's math. Okay? All right, let's take a look at these examples. And we're going to write each of these in the 3 forms of ratios. Okay, and then we have to explain its meaning. And we're supposed to write the fraction in simplest form, always. If you don't write it in simplest form, unfortunately, it will be wrong. Okay, that's just something we have to get used to seeing and doing, that when we see a fraction that can be simplified, meaning that they have a common factor, then we have to simplify it. So let's take a look at this ratio from pens to pencils. So when I look at this, I see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pencils. I'm just going to write it on here. And then I'm going to see how many pens I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I see there's 6 pens. So the pen to pencil ratio is 6 to 8, or it is 6 semicolon 8. And now we're going to figure out what it is in simplest form. And then we're going to go back and rewrite these ratios so that they're correct. When I look at 6 and 8, I know that my greatest common factor that 6 and 8 share is 2. So I'm going to divide each of these by 2, and that's going to give us 3 over 4. So that means that for every 3 pens, there will be 4 pencils. So let's see if that's true. So there's 3 pens, 1, 2, 3, and there's 4 pencils. And then 1, 2, 3, there's 3 pens, and 1, 2, 3, 4 pencils. Look at how that works. Is it a coincidence? No, because there's no coincidences in math. Okay, that's crazy how that works, right? So altogether, it was a 6 to 8 ratio. But when we simplified it, we said that it was a 3 to 4 ratio, meaning that for every 3 pens, there was 4 pencils. So now we can go back and rewrite these correctly. 3 to 4 and 3 semicolon 4. Cool, right? I know, I love math. Okay, let's take a look at pennies to dimes. Okay, so pennies to dimes. So I see that there are 3 pennies to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 dimes. Okay, I write that as semicolon as well, and this is what I get. Now I'm going to write it as a fraction. 3 ninths. Okay, 3 over 9. So for every 3 pennies, there's 9 dimes. So now I know that 3 and 9 share a common factor of 3. So I'm going to divide each of these by 3, which gives me 1/3. So for every 1 penny, there's going to be 3 dimes. Let's see if we can make that happen. So 1 penny, 3 dimes. 1 penny, 3 dimes. 1 penny, 3 dimes. It just confirms that you did it right. Okay, let's take a look at this next example right down here. Okay. Oop. Sometimes the zoom in goes a little crazy. Okay, it says last month Ed ate 9 apples, 5 bananas, 4 peaches, and 7 oranges. Now, if these were like candy, I would eat all that. Like 9 like apple flavored Skittles, 5 banana, like I don't even know what flavor, oh, like Laffy Taffies, like 4 peach rings, oh my gosh, those are delicious, 4 oranges, like those orange slices that are candy. I have a super big sweet tooth. Okay, so last month Ed ate 9 apples, 5 bananas, 4 peaches, and 7 oranges. Find the ratio of bananas to the total ratio, or to the total number of fruits. So we're going to figure out that ratio. And then we have to explain its meaning. So we have 9 plus 5 plus 4 peaches plus 7 bananas, which is going to give us a total of 25. Okay, so we have 25 pieces of fruit. That means he almost ate 1 piece of fruit a day. A little less, right? Because about 30 days in a month, right? Wow. Ed really likes fruit. That's good for him. Way better than me. Back on track. Okay, so 25 of those, we're checking it and comparing it with bananas. So he ate 5 bananas. So let's set up each of those ratios. 5 to 25, 5 semicolon 25, and now let's set it up as a fraction, 5 over 25. Again, if I'm going too fast, hit the pause button. You're good. Okay, 5 and 25. I know each of those is divisible by 5, which gives me 1/5. So here it is. So every, how do I want to say this? For every 1 out of 5 fruits were a banana. Okay, so you could say it that way, or Ed ate 1 banana out of every 5 pieces of fruit. As long as you can explain it in words, written words, you're going to be golden. Okay, so doesn't have to be perfect, because you could actually flip-flop it and say, you know, for every 5 pieces of fruit, he ate 1 banana. That would be fine with me. That would just mean that our ratio was like flipped. So we really want to make sure that we keep the ratio on the top. I will mark it wrong because I get where your brain is going, and I understand. Some teachers might. That's just not me. I understand where you guys are coming from, and sometimes it's easy to make those mistakes. So just keep that in mind when you're working through this. Okay, we are going to stop there, because I think that this is, you know, this gives you a good idea of some extra practice problems that you could be doing and seeing. And now it's time for you to get started on your homework. You guys are doing awesome.